Hey everyone, this is Friedel Hakureja Rave, and I'm here with my recap and review of Boruto anime series episode number 222, which is titled The Night Before the Chunin Exams. And I enjoyed this episode. It wasn't action heavy, but it focused more on what the characters are going through and their emotions when it comes to the final round of the Chunin exams, which is basically a one-on-one battle. Now, the episode opens up with the adults, the Chunin supervisors, basically telling the kids what they're in for. Basically, it turns out that only half of them will be able to become Chunin because apparently this time around, anyone who ends up winning their one-on-one battle will be promoted to Chunin. And I'm like, that kind of doesn't make sense because even if you're able to win a battle, that doesn't mean that you actually have the skills necessary to become a Chunin. Because when it comes to being a Chunin, there's a whole lot of stuff you need. You need in yourself, and it doesn't necessarily comes down to whether or not you won the battle. Even if you lost the battle, maybe you'll be able to show skills that can help you be promoted to a Chunin. But anyway, it is what it is. For the current rules, the person, from what I could understand, the person who ends up winning their one-on-one battle will be promoted to Chunin, and Shikadai and Sai and Naruto are like, so that means that half of you will be promoted, which I'm like, again, it doesn't make sense to me, but new rules, new times. So as the kids are listening to the supervisors, this is where Hauki behind Boruto, Hauki is like, I have a question. Will you guys be telling us right now about the opponents we'll have to face? And yeah, Salad notices that because Salad is like, wait, so you're asking this question because you want to analyze your opponent? But Sai and Shikadai and Naruto are like, no, we won't be telling you because one of the basic things that you need to learn as a ninja is adapting to a situation that you're in. So yeah, we won't be telling you about your opponent. And Mitsuki is like, you know what? In a sense, the final round has already begun, which also makes sense because I get where Hoki is coming from when he asked a question about knowing about the opponent they'll be facing. But when it comes down to it, they know about all of the candidates that will partake in the final round. So yeah, you'll have to be ready when it comes to the chance of facing Salad or Boruto, Mitsuki's, or Tsubaki, or Iwabi, Denki, Wasabi. So you'll have to take everyone into consideration. Yeah, Chocho and Inojin as well. So yeah, Mitsuki's statement made sense that the final round has already begun. So you need to start sizing up your competition right now. So, as everyone is leaving the training grounds, we see Metal being disappointed that he wasn't able to pass the second round, and he feels let down. And while Denki and Awabi are trying to console Metal, we see Boruto, Mitsuki, and Salad walking behind them. And then they stop in front of the village, and they stop on the cliff that oversees the village, and they're like, Boruto is like, you know what, I'm very excited about the upcoming exams because I want to show everyone, especially my father, that how much I've grown, which makes sense considering what happened during the previous Chunin exams and Boruto being disqualified because of cheating. And yeah, Boruto's like, I have gone through a whole lot of experiences, I have grown, and I want to show that to my dad and everyone else. And Salad is like, yeah, I'm excited too because in a sense, this is just one of the many obstacles we'll be facing in our journey to become better ninjas. And because I want to become a Hokage, I'm just looking forward to the Chunin exams as another obstacle that I have to overcome. And Boruto is like, what about you, Mitsuki? And please don't say that it's fine either way. What's your goal? And Mitsuki is like, yeah, I won't be saying that it's fine either way. And because you both are excited about becoming Chunins, I'm excited too. And this is where all three of them oh wait, I didn't get the screen grab of that particular scene, but yeah, basically all three of them end up promising each other that if they do end up facing one another during the Chunin exams, they won't hold back. And Salad is like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I won't be holding back. So let's give each other a very good battle. And I'm like, okay, Salad, I can understand not holding back against Boruto. But Mitsuki, really? Like, certain fans were already joking online when the previous episode aired about how Mitsuki might end up surrendering if it means fighting Boruto. But let's see what happens. It's just a joke because I really think that Mitsuki, when it comes down to it, Mitsuki understands the importance of this moment for Boruto. So I think that Mitsuki won't be holding back if Mitsuki ends up fighting Boruto. But yeah, let's see what happens. So Boruto is getting ready to go to the training ground. He wants to train, and Kawaki comes down the stairs, and Kawaki is like, okay, so Salad will be training too. And Boruto's like, nah, Salad has gone to ask Master Sasuke about some advice, which isn't fair because Master Sasuke is like my master. And he's like, anyway, I'll be going to the training grounds to battle with Mitsuki, to practice with Mitsuki. You want to come? And Kawaki's like, nah, I'm not interested. I'm not even sure what's actually happening. So yeah, I'll stay home. You enjoy. So while that's happening, Iwabi and Denki are getting ready to train as well. It's the next day, and they're getting ready to train as well. And they talk about Metal and how they didn't invite Metal because he was quite depressed in the previous episode. So they're like, you know what, we have to do this ourselves. And as they're making their way towards the research lab, this is where Metal comes in, and Metal is like, yeah, I understand why you guys didn't want me here, but I want to help you guys improve. So please make me a part of your practicing session or the training session. And Denki is like, okay, Metal, let's do that, which I really liked because again, it just shows that even if all of the team members weren't capable of getting to the final round, it just shows that these characters are each other's friends, and yeah, one of them succeeding is basically the success of the entire team. So it turns out that Denki, instead of going to the training grounds, he ends up going to the research center where Katasuke has been waiting for Denki. Because again, new rules, it turns out that the Genin can use scientific ninja tools. However, the catch is that the scientific ninja tools have to be created by the Genin themselves, and they shouldn't have any outside help. Which at first Katasuke was very excited to help Denki come up with a very, very good scientific ninja tool. But yeah, when Denki explained the rules to Katasuke is like, oh, I'm disappointed, but I understand where you're coming from. So at least let me see you testing the tool. And Denki is like, yeah, that makes sense, we'll do that. So Katasuke is like, I need some time to prepare the training room, so yeah, I'll be back in a bit. So while he's gone, Iwabi, Denki, and Metal, they talk about the fact that they are able to use scientific ninja tools during this battle, which is very weird, which again, considering what happened in the previous Chunin exams. And this is also where the three of them talk about the type of opponents they'll be facing. Like, none of these kids are interested in facing Team 7, which makes sense. And they're like, you know what, even if Team 7 is very formidable, Chocho and Inogen aren't far behind. They're basically quite close to Team 7 when it comes to accomplishments, so that's tough too. And Awabi is like, okay, so what about Wasabi? We might end up facing Wasabi. I think we can take down Tsubaki. And Metal and Denki are like, okay, so you really think that you'll be able to take down Tsubaki, huh? And that kind of makes Iwabi anxious as well, because Tsubaki is a very formidable opponent to go against. And then they also talk about Hoki, and they're like, we don't necessarily know a whole lot about Hoki. However, we do know that he goes on these special missions for the Ambu with Sai, so yeah, we shouldn't take him lightly. And Denki is like, I understand that I'm not as powerful as the rest of the Genin that are participating in the final round, so being able to use a scientific ninja tool, that gives me an edge, and I'm going to do my best to come up with the best scientific ninja tool ever. And we do see this scene where they're in the testing room, where Denki uses a scientific ninja tool and it throws Metal away, and we have this wall damaged here, so you can see that whatever that is that Denki is using, it's quite powerful. So I'm looking forward to seeing which opponent ends up fighting Denki. Then we cut to Ino-Shika-Cho. They're eating barbecue, and Chocho is eating a lot because she's like, yeah, we are splitting the bill, so that means that I have to get my share. And she keeps on eating and eating, and that kind of annoys Inogen. And Inogen is like, why do you keep on eating? Why aren't you saying anything? And Chocho is like, you know what, Inogen, you can try and fool us, but I won't fall for it. You're quite nervous about the Chunin exams as well, so enough. You know what, you have to eat too. And yeah, Chocho continues eating, and this is where Inogen is like, yep, enough is enough. This is the moment that I need to try the mind transfer jutsu, when Chocho is serious, because I have been training, and yeah, I'm going to use the mind transfer jutsu on Chocho, and let's see what happens. So he does that, and he is able to take over Chocho's mind just for a second, because Chocho, while she's eating, her body is because of a reflex, her body continues eating, and I really like the scene where Chocho is forcing Ino's hand towards his mouth to continue eating, because even if Chocho's consciousness isn't very powerful to fully kick Inogen out of her mind right now, or quite immediately, her body is strong enough to make Inogen continue eating, because that's what Chocho's focused on right now. But yeah, Inogen does come out of Chocho's body, and he's like, "Yep, that didn't work." And Shikadai is just amused, and this is where the three talk about how they knew each other since they were kids. They used to have sleepovers. They're basically family. They even had the same pajamas, and we get a little flashback of the three kids. And yeah, you can see that Inogen and Chocho have always butted heads since they were kids. And yeah, it's the Ino-Shika-Cho formation is quite important in the village, as well as for these three. And yeah, this is where Shikadai tells his teammates that he's looking forward to them becoming Chunin, and he's like, you know what, this is the final treat that I'm going to give you guys as Genin, because yeah, he's looking forward to becoming Chunin, and he's like, when you both become Chunin, that's when we'll split the bill. The lunch ends, and Chocho and Inogen are making their way home, and this is where they talk about Shikadai and how cool he has been ever since he was promoted to Chunin, even though these two didn't get promoted. And they talk about the Chunin vest that Shikadai got. However, Shikadai refuses to wear that vest. Because according to Tamari, the vest is just hung in his room, and he keeps on looking at it. And basically, I guess I understand that Shikadai doesn't want to do that because he doesn't want his teammates to feel bad about not becoming Chunin, and he also wants all three of them to be on the same playing field. So I guess he's going to wait for those two become Chunin, and then he'll wear that vest. And yeah, Inogen and Chocho is like, you know what, Shikadai does a whole lot for us, so the least we can do is get promoted to Chunin. Then we see Sai, he's looking for his team, and it turns out that they're at the training grounds, and Sai is like, you know what, at first I was going to give you guys advice, but I think you can manage this. And Hoki is like, yep, I'm the only one from the team who is going to participate in the final round, and I'm going to use everything that you taught us, Sai Sensei. Which is basically like, even if you aren't when you realize that you aren't as powerful as your opponent, there's no need for you to rush in with a direct attack. You have to be sneaky about it. And Hoki is like, yep, and I'm also hiding all of my pride and my emotions behind this mask, because I don't want my opponent to get a read on me. But yeah, so yeah, considering that Hoki and his team have been working for Sai, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of skills he demonstrates during the final round. Then we cut to Tsubaki and Wasabi. These two are training as well. And yeah, they have been training for quite a while, because Wasabi goes in again to attack Tsubaki. And Tsubaki is like, you know what, Wasabi, this is enough, because if you continue pushing yourself, you won't be able to rest enough for the final round. So yeah, let's call it quits here. And Namida is very happy, because Namida is like, I'm going to cheer for both of you during the Chunin exams, so do your best. And as these girls are talking, Tsubaki is like, you know what, let's go to the Thunder Burger to celebrate. But before they can go there, Tsubaki gets a letter, and yeah, Namida and Wasabi are like, okay, so is it good news? Please share it with us. And Tsubaki is like, yep, it's very good news, and it's such good news that Tsubaki, who always tries to maintain her composure, she ends up showcasing her feelings in front of her teammates. And it turns out that the Land of Iron want her to come back for a leadership position, and that's been Tsubaki's dream. So Tsubaki is very, very excited about going back to the Land of Village, because she wanted to revive her territory, and wants to make her the Land of Village the best village there is, the Land of Iron, the Land of Iron, the best area there is. And she is very excited to go back. And Namida and Wasabi, they try to be happy for Tsubaki, but you can tell that they're sad, because I'm like, this team can't hold on to the third member, huh? Because Sumire left them, and now Tsubaki is going to leave them after the Chunin exams. But yeah, they are supportive of Tsubaki as well, because Tsubaki is like, you know what, there's a whole lot of tradition in the Land of Iron. And however, that tradition also holds us back. So I've learned a lot from the Hidden Leaf Village, and I'm going to use what I learned in the Land of Iron so that it can become the best territory there is. So as they're talking, Iwabi, Denki, and Metal walk in, and Iwabi's like, okay, so you guys haven't been training. You guys seem so chill. Aren't you worried about the Chunin exams? Because I guess you won't be winning either way. And Wasabi is like, I'm not going to take any attitude from you. And Wasabi and Iwabi butt heads. I think that these two are going to fight each other during the final round, and that's going to be something quite exciting to see. And Denki is like, guys, chill. We're in a cafe, so don't fight here. And Tsubaki walks over to the group as well, and this is where Tsubaki notices that the injury or the hurt marks or the exhaustion marks on Denki. So she notices that Denki has been up to something, and she's like, so what did you guys do? And Denki is like, yeah, we have spent the entire day in the research center training. And Tsubaki is like, so I guess it's going to be Denki versus Tsubaki. So we cut to Sasuke and Salad is like, I want advice from you, Dad. And Sasuke is like, you know what? Basically, you're quite skilled, even more skilled than I was at this stage. And I told the same thing to Boruto about how ninjas need to be prepared. And he's like, you know what? In the previous battle, I lost my Rinnegan, a big source of my power. But I have no regrets because I was prepared. And Salad is like, yeah, I understand you, Dad, that I need to be prepared as well. Basically, I think that Sasuke is telling his daughter that, you know what, as a ninja, you have to be prepared for everything. You shouldn't allow anything unexpected to make you worry. So he's like, yeah, even in the battle, I was prepared to sacrifice everything. And yeah, I ended up sacrificing my Rinnegan, but it is what it is. So Salad is like, I understand that. So I'm going into this battle basically expecting everything and being prepared for everything that might happen, all of the surprises. So yeah, that's the advice that Sasuke gave Salad. And I'm like, Salad, you could also go to your mom for some advice, but yeah. So as Salad is making her way home, she hears someone in the training ground, and it turns out it is Chocho, that Chocho has been training. And Salad is like, hey Chocho, this is kind of unusual seeing you train like that. And Chocho is like, yeah, I'm trying to take this Chunin exam seriously, because you can tell that Chocho feels a bit inadequate in her team, because she's like, if I don't continue training and if I don't come closer to Shikadai, then I'll just end up depending on Shikadai more than necessary, and I don't want to do that, which kind of reminded me of Sakura, and Sakura wanting to train so that she could kind of catch up to Naruto and Sasuke, or at least stand alongside them during battle and not be a risk in the battlefield. So this is where Chocho and Salad bond, because Salad is like, yeah, I understand what you're going through. Because again, Salad kind of feels the same way, because she knows that because of the karma mark, Boruto has become way, 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 way powerful, and she wants to become powerful as well to help Boruto. So these two girls bond, which I really liked seeing, because yeah, I get that Salad is friends with Mitsuki and Boruto because they're her teammates, but I also like to see characters having friends outside their core group. This is also one of the things that I'm enjoying in Digimon Ghost Game. But yeah, these two bond, and they're like, you know what? Let's give it our all during the Chunin exams, and let's both of us become Chunins together. And they walk away together, and I'm like, yup. These two are going to fight during the Chunin exams too. Then we get a montage showing what the kids are doing at night. Mitsuki is with his little kitten. Chocho is eating food. Boruto is in his bed. Iwabi and Denki are going over the stats of the different opponents, and we get to see Wasabi, and her parents are very excited that she was able to reach the final Chunin round, and they're very excited, and yeah, that kind of embarrasses Wasabi. However, the episode ends with these four mysterious men walking into the village to, cause some trouble. And I'm like, okay, so these four were able to walk into the village, so that means that their chakra is registered or something. But yeah, who knows? One of them, the man in the front, actually uses a sword, so they might be connected to the Land of Iron. They could be samurais or something. I'm not really sure. Samurais that betrayed their territory. Maybe they're here for an assassination attempt. Who knows? But yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen because I think that Boruto is going to get involved in this, and maybe we might end up seeing Boruto not being able to make it to the final round. But yeah, let's see what happens. I will be doing a written review of this for the Geek Theory. The link to that will be down in the comment section below. Till then, yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the match. The first match, I think, according to the preview, is going to be Inojin and Hoki. So that will be very interesting to see, especially because, yeah, Inojin is Sai's son and Hoki is Sai's student. So it will basically be son versus student, which I'm excited about. But let me know what you thought. Until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. See you guys later. Bye.